You check your bank account for the third time today, and there it is, $10,127. You just hit 5 figures for the first time in your life. And what's your first thought? It's not, I'm rich. It's not, I made it. No, it's, oh God, what if something happens and I lose all of this? Or even worse, you look at that number and still feel broke. You have more money than you've ever had, yet somehow the stress about money is higher than when you were living off $1,200 in ramen noodles. I remember the first time I hit $10,000. I sat there staring at the number for hours, half proud, half terrified. And that's when I realized something. Having money doesn't automatically make you feel safe. So what's happening? Why does having money feel worse than not having money? And today we're breaking down why nothing feels the same after you reach $10,000. Why $10,000 feels different. Here's the thing. $10,000 is not just a number. It's a psychological threshold that fundamentally changes how your brain thinks about money. When you add $1,000, it was just money. When you add $3,000, it was a buffer. But $10,000, that's real money you can lose. And once that happens, everything changes. According to a 2024 bank rate survey, only 44% of Americans could cover a $1,000 emergency from savings. More than half the country couldn't come up with $1,000 without going into debt. If you've reached $10,000, congratulations, you're already doing better than most people. Yet, I bet you don't feel that way, do you? This is the exact point where money stops being theoretical and starts being real. And that shift creates a mix of pride and anxiety that almost nobody talks about. The psychological shift. Here's where behavioral economics comes in. There's this concept called mental accounting, which is basically how we treat money differently depending on where it comes from or where it is. The $100 you earn from your paycheck feels different than the $100 you find on the street, even though it's the same $100. At $10,000, you shift from thinking about money as flow, coming in and going out, to thinking about it as stock, something to protect, something that exists independently of your day-to-day transactions. Accumulating money creates anxiety because now you have something to lose. You also undergo a subtle identity shift from someone who earns money to someone who has money. These are completely different mental states. The power of $10,000. Now let's talk action. If you put $10,000 in a high-yield savings account at 4.5% APY, you're earning $450 per year, roughly $37 per month. That might feel small, but it's passive income. You didn't trade your time, you didn't do extra work, your money made more money for you. Now imagine investing that $10,000 in an index fund, averaging 10% annual returns, like the S&P 500 historically does. In 30 years, that single $10,000 grows to over $174,000. Add just $200 per month to that investment, and after 30 years, you could have over $470,000. The difference between investing and not investing is literally $500,000 over your lifetime. This is the psychological shift at $10,000. You're no longer just avoiding being broke. You're starting to build actual wealth. Fear, lifestyle inflation, and comparison tracks. Here's the hard part. Fear shows up like this. What if I lose it all? What if the market crashes? People hit 5 figures and then 3 years later, they still have $10,000, or worse, $8,000. Emergencies, lifestyle inflation, unexpected expenses all chip away at your money. Lifestyle inflation is the silent wealth killer. You start spending like you're rich because you feel rich. $30,000 car? Sure, you can afford payments. $400 more on your apartment? Why not? Weekend getaways every week? You've earned it. But here's the math nobody tells you. Every dollar you spend now is future money lost. If you take $5,000 of your $10,000 and invest it at 10% for 30 years instead of spending it, that $5,000 becomes $87,000. Then there's the comparison trap. At $10,000, you're no longer comparing yourself to people who have $1,000. Now you're looking at friends with $50,000 or influencers claiming 6 figures by 30, and suddenly your $10,000 feels like nothing, even though you're already ahead of most Americans.
According to the Financial Health Network, the median American has $5,300 in savings. Your $10,000 puts you above the median, yet comparison keeps you stuck. Decision paralysis. You're at $10,000. Now what? Should you invest it? Keep it in savings? Pay off debt? Start a business? Buy a car? Every choice matters. Decision paralysis is brutal at this stage because you have enough money to matter, but not enough to make mistakes comfortably. Not making a decision is a decision. Leaving your money in a 0.5% savings account means losing value to inflation every day. A framework for what to do next. Here's a practical approach. Emergency fund, $3,000 to $5,000 in a high-yield savings account. This is for true emergencies, not splurges. Debt repayment, pay off any high-interest debt above 6%. Credit cards, personal loans, car loans, paying them off is equivalent to earning 18% return. No investment beats that. Invest the rest, low-cost index funds like VTI or VOO. Set it and forget it. Boring but effective, especially at this stage. The shift that happens after $10,000. Once you build discipline and keep your money working, you become calmer, less reactive, no more obsessively checking your bank account. You make better decisions, not just survival decisions. Career, salary negotiation, and risk-taking improve because you have a runway. Relationships shift. You notice who supports your financial goals and who undermines them. This is the move from scarcity mindset to abundance mindset, and it starts at $10,000. Long-term mindset and wealth building. Most people never sustain $10,000, not because they can't earn it, but because they can't handle the psychological pressure. $10,000 isn't the goal, it's the foundation, the launch pad for wealth. The hardest dollar to save is the first. The second hardest, $10,000. After that, everything gets easier because you've built discipline. You know delayed gratification works. Compound interest starts working for you. Climbing from $10,000 to $20,000 is faster than 0 to $10,000. $20,000 to $40,000 even faster. Final thoughts. You're at a fork in the road. Treat $10,000 as an achievement and relax. 5 years later, you're still stuck. Treat $10,000 as a foundation. Protect it, invest it. 5 years later, you could have $50,000. 10 years later, $150,000. 20 years later, a millionaire. This is the most important financial moment of your life. Your future self is counting on you. Wealth is boring. It's disciplined, repeated actions, year after year. No hacks, no shortcuts. Others may still live paycheck to paycheck, upgrading cars and apartments. You quietly invest, compound, and watch your life change. At $10,000, you're not rich, but you have enough to start building wealth. This is the moment that sets up your 40-year-old and 60-year-old self for success. If this helped you understand the $10,000 mindset, hit like, subscribe, and comment below. Are you at the $10,000 mark? What's the biggest mental shift you're experiencing right now? I'll see you in the next video.